Nursing leadership versus nursing management. Get into it. This may be a sensitive subject, but I think it is a valuable lesson, especially if you are in management and that you think you are a leader. You might want to listen and take some notes. Okay. These are two terms that are used interchangeably. However, one should know the difference between the two. I heard a quote, right? So I was listening to a podcast maybe a couple weeks back, and they were talking about some guy named Peter Drucker. I don't know. But the quote stated, leaders make sure the right things get done, but managers make sure things get done right. Did you hear what I just said? Play this back if you didn't. Let's take a dive into the differences. Leadership. These are future-oriented people. They have vision. They have goals. They set out to empower people. Now, you may think, why? Why do we need a leader? Leaders can do things that managers probably cannot do. Managers and leaders don't abide by the same exact rules. Hear me out. Leaders, they definitely facilitate learning. They facilitate growth and development, but they also create, inspire, educate. They ensure the overall success of not just that employee, but of the department. The managers, on the other hand, may do a little bit of that, but they are numbers oriented, data driven. I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a few minutes, but let's stay focused. They focus on our initiatives, but not just the HCAP scorings. Yeah. But they understand what the staff need in order to make their lives and their jobs easier to then turn around and increase patient satisfaction scores, because that's what the hospitals are looking at anyway.
Why you stop? What are you doing? It's weird.
Leaders make sure patients receive the most quality care possible. They also do this by making patient care more efficient, figuring out what it is that our staff on our units need and going kind of a roundabout way to get that. They don't have to follow the exact same rules because they have a different avenue in which they can take to get those things achieved. Decreasing hospital stay, decreasing the risk for patients to receive some type of in-hospital infection, or maybe even a once they are discharged, a readmission in the future. They focus on these things because they end up reducing healthcare costs. They also reduce turnover rates. Leaders maintain accountability, guidance, motivation, teamwork. They inspire, like I said. They support each other, not just on the floor, but they support each other's well-being. Hey, is there something you need? Do you need for me to sit for you? What can I do to help your shift go by smoother? And not just for the nurses, because we can't do our jobs as nurses without our ancillary staff, without our EVS, without our patient care techs, without our secretaries, our transporters. We can't actually, our telemetry monitor readers, we can't do our job effectively or efficiently for that matter without the help of others. So don't just think it's just for RNs or LPNs. This is for the entire team. Leaders are there for the team, not just a specific subset of that team. They create these great environments that encourages support, and everyone can achieve this success because we're all collaborating and working together in a teamwork effort, in a teamwork manner. Now, our managers do something that is totally different. Our managers do tasks that produce quality. What do you mean, Shaquila? They organize, delegate. They are task-oriented. They are looking at the data. They are monitoring, communicating. They can sometimes motivate. They can sometimes encourage, but that is more so what a leader does. Now, you may say, oh my gosh, can you have a manager and a manager who is also a leader? Yes, because that is probably one of the best combinations of having one person who has both facets. But if you just have someone who knows how to manage, who is a manager, and you don't have someone who's a leader, there will be some type of disconnect. And not all leaders are managers. So yes, leaders can inspire and get the team spirit and morale up and all these things, goal oriented, vision center, all these things, but that doesn't mean that leaders know how to manage. So it depends on how you're looking at it. You can have both, you can have none, you can have one or the other. Not saying one is better than the other. They're just totally different when it comes to the expectations of what their job roles are. Managers like to, well, I don't know if they like to, but managers supervise like the day-to-day operations. They may have to look at budgeting. What department or what activity can I allot this specific amount of money towards? The goals, the hiring, the discipline, the firing, all of these things that managers have to deal with on a day-to-day basis, the actual running of their unit. They're in meetings with senior leadership, looking at stakeholders and understanding what their expectations are for that department. Abide by guidelines, rules, regulations, JCO, CMS, all of these different people. Numbers and data are basically what drive the avenue in which a manager manages. It drives the direction in which they go. So if someone's floor, their numbers are low in, their numbers are high in infection rates, well, that is something that's data that's going to be collected on a continuous basis, and they're going to try to figure out, well, why does this unit have a 65% chance of a patient getting an infection rate versus this unit only having a 30% chance? That's something that they want to look at. And on the back end, the manager has to somehow get those numbers down, or that's his or her butt. Because if you think about it, the way we care for our patients is standardized, or it should be. There are guidelines, there are protocols, there are standards of care that are established by different regulatory bodies that tell us how things are supposed to be in inpatient, outpatient, in ambulatory or acute care. There are different things that tells us what is the expectation, what is required. And so those managers have to abide by that. I'm going to leave you with this, right? You are a leader when people willingly follow you, and you don't have to request for that attention. You don't have to request for people to come follow you. They are complicit, right? They are complicit in following you, and not because of an organizational chart. So either you want to be a leader or a manager, or you want to do both. It can happen. I encourage everyone to set out, go above and beyond, do that thing that brings you joy. Even if you are a manager, even if you are a leader and you want to become a manager and lead, you can do that. And I encourage everyone, if there's something that you would love to do, whether it's being one or the other or both, do it. We all need people like you. I don't know what it is, right? www.ifrn.org. Go ahead and donate. I need for you to go over there right now. Hit the donate button. Download a couple PDFs if you are new to nursing or you want to become a nurse. Great information on there. Also, go to FRN_ORG on Instagram. Follow us there. Like our page. Hit comment, like, subscribe. I appreciate you for watching this video. I will see you in this video next.